Hi guys, I'm back again for another weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne, and in this video I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on divine partners, and that includes soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, and all love relationships that you're involved in. So I invite you to stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm not outdoors anymore, so we're starting to get into that little bit autumn feeling. I'm excited. I love it. I love the energy behind it, and it just makes me all excited. Not just because October is my birthday month, and I look forward to a lot of, like just the mystical things in October. It's a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people can relate to it because we all, we engage in different things for the autumn season. So it makes me excited. I'm just happy, and it's nice that we all have each other to engage in on social media. So I love looking at your guys' stuff, and thank you all for reaching out to me during the last few, I have to say, these last few weeks of challenging times with everything. Thank you guys. It's nice to know that we have love, and I love you guys. So I pulled out cards and I'm laying them out this way. It's just easier for me to display them and see them. And, I've been having a lot of issues with camera equipment and lighting. So this seems to be working out good on my phone. So the first card that I did pull was Procrastination. And I understand they're a little backwards, but you guys can see the artwork, how beautiful it is. And this is where a lot of us have been pretty much, not that we want to procrastinate, but when procrastination happens, it's kind of like we have intentions. I'm going to get it done and I'm going to have it done. But when a relationship seems to be procrastinating, okay, that's when it just seems like, okay, I think I should be doing something else with this relationship. Am I working too hard towards this relationship and not getting nothing in return? You have to ask yourself that. The divine masculine has seemed to be been procrastinating. So the divine masculine kind of like is in everyone. Basically, we have divine masculine and feminine, just justifying that right at the beginning. Whenever you're procrastinating, there's a reason behind it. And with divine masculines, they seem to not be getting out the communication that they need to. So if you're procrastinating, and if you notice your partner or the person you're involved in seems to be procrastinating, there's a limited amount of communication going on. And with communication, it feels like things are just being blocked. And you know what? When there's blocks, you can't lift them. You can't lift them for that person. You can't lift them for yourself. You can't lift them for anybody. They're not good for anyone. So rather than just trying to make it happen, maybe take a step back. Stop focusing on why it's not going the way you want. It's not in the area you would like it to be. Maybe because there's something that you're not seeing. And when you're not seeing it, the divine masculine automatically procrastinates, okay? And that's where you're putting that block up, because you see maybe that person procrastinating. So automatically it triggers something off in you, and you want to say something, but you're afraid to. And you know what? That's not good, because that means one thing: you're not totally open and honest with your relationship. And I'm not telling anybody what to do. In all my videos, I explain that these are messages coming from the divine, and I don't understand them either sometimes, and I have to listen to them, the messages, and not just with my videos, but other people's videos. And then I get the message, and it's like boom, like a light bulb just comes right in. So yeah, you're right now in a time where you have to make that decision. And when you make that decision, remember, do it with love. If you're going to say something, if you're going to bring something out, I highly recommend that if you bring it out with love, you're going to see a big difference with a response and a reaction from that person. If you go out there with an anger, the anger behind you, I mean, sometimes it's good to just say, I'm going to wait. And then sometimes it eats you up inside, I know. And you say, I have to say something. Saying it like you want to say it how you need to say it, but say it with love. Work out your words, and you know what? Count to 10 before you say it. Count to 5. I mean, take some deep breaths. This takes work. Communication is not just, oh, let's have a conversation. You know what? Because it takes a lot of work with releasing, letting go, and letting them know you'll be surprised that that person just might say to you, you know what, I've been meaning to talk to you about this as well, and come to a compromise or at least an agreement. Come to just making that decision what you have to do instead of just taking it to the next level and saying something that you just know that you're going to regret. Revealing more to yourself, revealing the inner child inside of you can also help you and them to find true peace, true happiness. Because see, the inner child, and we see this a lot, when we don't live out who we truly are. I mean, yeah, we've grown, we're not children no more, obviously, though we would like to go back to being a child. Seems like it's so much easier without all the issues and the drama. But when we were children, we had like childlike eyes on everything, and we looked at everything like so openly, so positively, and everything was like, whoever was taking care of you, your parents, your grandparents, whoever, and you were just excited. That's the way the energy has to be now, especially now with all the energy shifts, because gosh, they've been going on like forever. It seems like it's like once we get over one hump, it's like, okay, here comes another. It's like a waves. And believe me, guys, I feel it too. I go through the same thing you guys go through. I mean, everybody's situation is totally different, but I can relate. And if those of you who are watching me and following me and we're friends on social media, you guys kind of like know what I go through. I kind of like post everything that I do, everything that's going on, just because you guys are my friends, and I love doing it. And you know what? It helps me to like bring it out. But at the same time, I get like messages, wait, I'm experiencing this. Everything in my life I'm experiencing, so I can help others. And you know what happens? I automatically get the energy exchange. Seriously, not that I'm using anybody to get the energy, because it's not like that. But it's kind of like I'm able to understand, release, and know how to correct it and explain to everybody what I'm feeling, and help others at the same time. It's like I said, energy exchange. Not that I'm saying everybody needs to do what I'm doing, but if you want to, you can. It's wonderful that, like I said, the positive energy that you get when you give out. And that's like not even just what I'm doing. I should rephrase that. Whenever you're doing anything positive for someone, when you're giving out positive energy, helping somebody, let's say it like this. You have some friends, and they don't usually help you. They don't usually do like too much when you're going through stuff, but you care for them, or family. It's always family. And you know what? They don't usually give back to you what you give to them. And you know what? That's okay, because you know what? You will be blessed abundantly. Trust me. God sees everything that's going on. And you have to remember that when you actually put that energy out, that your love, your heart is opening for that person, you're going to see a big change and a shift with what's coming through to you and how things are being given to you. It's kind of like, I'm not saying, oh, let them walk over you, but I'm just saying, lend a hand, do what you can, even if it's just a simple conversation. I find when I just have a simple conversation, sometimes it can make a world of difference for me and for them. Yeah, seriously. So we're going into the inner child. That seems like that's a direct message. Transformation. Okay, this is another important card, an important card for the divine masculine. These 4 cards were for the divine masculine. They're combined. As you're going through this inner child work, okay, you're releasing. The communication is coming through. You're seeing something that you feel, you understand, and it's transforming. You're transforming. What is transformation? Well, it's coming out of your cocoon or your shell, or you're just transforming into something very beautiful, something manifesting into who you truly are. Now, transformation takes time. Now, you may see it going on, and then all of a sudden it stops. That's because you stop it. It's kind of like, would you ever download something, and then, when you download it, you end up finding that it stopped, or it stopped because the internet stopped. Not that I'm using an example, the internet is our life, but the internet got blocked or something and jumped. And then you have to start over again. Well, kind of like with transformation, but you kind of like, you've learned a lot, you've done a lot. So you have to be patient with it. It's a lifelong process, guys. Really, it is. It's not easy. I find that the more stronger I get, with everything. It seems like I'm laid upon more challenges, and that goes on every single day. It's just not that everything is perfect, but I try to make it like I look at the positive side of it all. When you start looking at everything seriously, the glass is half full, and you could be wanting to scream and volcano ready to erupt, but when you say, I have to take some breaths and meditate on the light, meditate on the light that's inside of you because you have it, you start to feel peace, more of love, more of a feeling like I can get through this. No sweat. I can do it. No worries. I'm able to do it. You empower yourself and you dig deep. Dig deep, because you know what? The deeper you get, the stronger you will be. Though sometimes you get like a doozy of a challenge and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? And that's an obstacle, and it's like a pain sometimes, and it's hurt, and it's not easy. It really isn't. So it's all about what you take from within and use it to your highest good, because with inner child work and transforming, it takes time and effort, but though you can do it. I know you can do it. You believe in yourself. With the divine masculine, your relationship, maybe going through a lot of challenges. That's what I'm talking about. There's a transformation in your relationship. It's going to get better, but you have to believe in it. Remember, these are messages. I don't know your situation, and you know what? If it's partially resonating with you, write it down. Okay, if it's all resonating, great. And if it isn't, that's okay, because there's always a message coming in somehow, some way. That's why I get them. Now, divine feminines, pay attention to signs. Love this card. It's beautiful. Pay attention to signs. It looks very mystical too, right? Pay attention to signs. The way I pay attention to signs, I'm not talking about myself, but I look at what is being given to me, because when it's being given to me, it's a little stuffy, sorry. When it's being given to me, it's just feeling like something's about to shift, something's about to happen. Yes, I do see numbers. I do see the 11s quite often, not as much as I did when I was younger. I see sequence of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 comes up a lot. A lot of other numbers come up a lot, and they're like, they're just coming up, and it's like, oh, there it is. And it's like, as soon as you look at the clock, it's like, oh, there it is. Like my husband will look at the clock, and it's like, look, there's the number again. It's, everybody is different. Their messages. Everybody has their own definition about numbers. Okay. And numerology is a great place to go with numbers. The way I take numbers, I feel like they're messages, and the way I use my numbers, I meditate over them, because they do get like, how can I say, decoded, so to speak, in a meditation. When I do meditation, I will understand. Now I know what that number was. Those numbers come in, they're kind of encrypted, but you can use them. Maybe not right away. Maybe you'll get that message. You go, that's why I keep getting this number. Everybody's definition of is a little bit different. Nobody's got like, okay, they're angel numbers, they're ascending numbers, they're numbers from the highest above, from the divine, but everybody represents different. There's tons of numbers, millions upon millions. No one can guess the glotto every week, like things like that. I mean, numbers are special. They really are. So pay attention to the signs. Divine feminine, that you're getting closer to something. You're getting closer to feeling that peace, because divine feminines, I have to say, have been going through a lot. I've been seeing this everywhere. They're getting like the bad end of the stick, so to speak. And it's not supposed to be always like that. The divine masculines, yes, you guys get it too. You guys get it pretty bad as well, because you're the ones that's the dominant in a sense that it's masculine. Masculine is always, and I'm not stereotyping anybody, but I'm saying the masculine, the feminine, you have the softer and they're the harder. So it's kind of like coming together. They both need each other. They need to be balanced so that it can be complete. Okay. That's just the way it is, yin yang. So divine feminine, finding that truth and paying attention to the signs. 2 important cards. I'll just put them up. And there goes my little light. Like I said, I have a hard time with my lighting. I'm not gonna complain about it though. Truth is a big factor. We all want the truth. It's like my thing, okay? Just like everybody else's. When I'm betrayed, or if there's dishonesty, it turns your stomach. It triggers me. That's what I get triggered from, dishonesty. And automatically you can't find the truth in that person again. Maybe this is because it's a life lesson that you have to let go of it. You have to release it. It's part of what your soul journey is. Yeah, I know that if somebody lies to you or somebody says something to you, that it stirs you up. But that is 9 out of 10 times people lie. I mean, not that they want to. And you know what? It's not because it's common, but somewhere in your life, you did it too. Everybody does it. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way it is. But we try to be as honest as we can. We want to be honest because honesty is the best policy. So like I said, I can get triggered very easily by dishonesty, and because I've been lied to, obviously. And you know what? It automatically puts this energy block inside of you. And that's where you have to work on it, because I've worked on me. And you know what? I understand. Sometimes people are going through stuff. Like when you see somebody going through something and, they kind of like say things to you and you know the truth, but they're not saying the truth. You know that they're not saying the truth. Maybe we have kids. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not pointing no fingers at nobody. No, trust me. But I'm just saying, and you know people. So when this happens, the truth will come out and you will see it. Work on yourself, push it away, and just let it go, because whatever's going on, you don't know the full story. The truth will come through. The truth will be revealed to you. But you have to just believe in yourself. Believe in what the divine feminine is feeling right now, because the truth is coming through. Guys, sometimes the truth doesn't feel good either. Sometimes you say, I wish she's lied to me, or I wish he didn't tell me that. You wish, but if he did, or if she said something like that she lied, you automatically would have turned it the upside down feeling, and you would have been crushed even more so. So the truth sometimes has to come through, and we have to accept it. And you know what? The best of us can get it happen to us, and we just don't know why that person did that to us. So you'll play it over and over in your mind, and I can do and go on about it, and I'm not going to, but I'm just telling you, the truth, divine feminines, may hurt, but learn from it, release it, and move forward. Because sometimes those little fibs that you were lied to, things that were said to you, maybe they weren't like humongous, but they were still not the truth. So put down your pride. Oh, interesting. Isn't she interesting? Looks good for Halloween, right? It's like a good outfit for Halloween. Yeah, maybe we should think of that, Halloween. Half. I think so, maybe. Anyways, pride. Get the pride out. Get the pride out. The pride is always going to be, like there's a dark shadow. There's a dark shadow to it, because you don't want to be, not that I'm saying you don't want to be authentic, but it's time to just take off that shield. Like you don't want to feel betrayed again. You obviously you don't, but you know what? If you have this harsh exterior, you're not really going to feel love. You're not going to feel anything. Fear can only become bitter, become cold, and before you know it, you've changed to a different person that you're unhappy about. And you said, I used to be so happy. Remember the inner child? And I apologize for that squeaking noise. It's my chair. I got to get oil on it. But you know what? That's why I'm saying the inner child here, guys. The inner child is really important in order to make that transition, to make that transformation inside who you are. Changes. Now you see how the seasons are changing. I love it. And I can't wait for it to happen with autumn. This is a very beautiful card and a good symbol for autumn. As you can see, there's even, I think, the sun or the moon, maybe both. Time to change. Time to release and let go, to see the truth, the inner truth, because something is going to come out. Something is going to be brought out. You may not like it. You may not want to hear it. And you may feel like, I'm never going to forgive that person, what they said to me or what they did to me. Don't do that, because forgiveness, you're actually forgiving yourself too, because we're all guilty of it in some way, one way or another. We do things and we don't realize it. We do things to people and we're all the same. You know what? We all do the same thing. We are all, looking out for ourselves, and so are they. So, you know what? You see that defense. You know, like a football game, there's a defense and offense, and, I'm not going into sports now. Where did I get to sports? Yeah, so changing from that pride that you have up. Yeah, I mean, put your boundaries up. We need to say, hey, enough is enough. I'm not going to take it no more. You keep lying to me. If you have kids or, your spouse, your relationship, somebody in your life, your parents, whoever, okay? It's time to say, I can't do this anymore, and maybe confront what you're feeling. Maybe that's what the communication is. Something is being brought out because inner truth, and you're procrastinating about it. You see, there's messages coming through. I can feel it. Something else that you're feeling, you need to really ponder it. You really need to look at it. Whatever the relationship, if they seem like they're procrastinating and they're just not getting back to you, well, you have to rethink. What am I doing? Am I really putting enough effort and not getting anything back, or are we just not compromising? So you have to just really go inside your gut. Whatever your gut is telling you, your intuition is going to say so much to you that you're going to feel more like, okay, I think I can do this. I think I can talk to her or him, and we can come to an agreement. Lightly say it. We're coming up soon, guys. I hate to say it, Mercury retrograde. So think about it. I think it's at the end of this month. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I looked at my calendar, and I'm feeling a lot of energy with energy shifts, and it's just like, I think Mercury retrograde is coming through, because I can still feel, even though it's a shadow phase, is not here yet, it's going to be here very shortly. You can feel the effects of it. So get out whatever you have to say, or at least just bring up the topic, at least release some of it so that you don't feel so kind of like choked, like I gotta say more, but I can't. Bringing out things slowly, introducing it, and it might just reciprocate that you did the right thing. You actually did, okay? There's a lot that's going on in like around us. I mean, as we can see with the extreme energy with the weather, and I don't mean to talk about the weather all the time, but we do talk about it because, my gosh, it's just not normal sometimes. We like it, but we don't like it, and it's something to talk about too, because that's just the way it is. It has to do with the energy. Yeah, that's why we're feeling it. You know how the ocean is affected by the moon? We're affected internally by the moon. The sun gives us happy feelings, and I've got my happy light ready for winter. I don't want to talk about it. And you know what? That's why the energy is being triggered. Yeah. So if the energy is triggering off everybody, including the weather, imagine what's happening in our relationships. They're being ignited, but they're breaking apart. They're coming back together. So go with what you feel inside. You're connected to somebody. You feel a direct connection. And I don't have to tell you how to feel a connection. You just do. You just know it. And no matter what's going on the outside, seriously, it doesn't matter, because the worst situations became the most beautiful relationships, I should say. And that's just the way it works. It's the way it happens. When you feel like you're struggling, sometimes the struggle happens for a reason, and you know what? To get you to your goal, or to find somebody, or let go of that person. Like I said, it's up to you. It's up to you to make that decision. Okay, so a lot of these things were very, very intense. Okay, I understand that, and I hope that they resonated with you. Take what does and leave what doesn't. Maybe watch this video again. Take down notes. I always do. I recommend it, because you can get a message later, and you can understand it. Sometimes I get a message for someone else during my reading video, and I'll tell them, watch my video. I got a message. I know it's maybe something that's relating to you. And I'm not talking about anybody on Instagram or, social media or YouTube or anything like that, but people that I know, family, personal family. Okay. So, like if I'm getting tongue-tied. So if you are interested in getting your own personalized reading, the links are down in the description area. And I have several different links, so you can check out any of them. I have blog articles. I also have a newsletter. that you can sign up for. And by signing up, it's just that I kind of like give you guys like the heads up when there's a special or something I'm offering in my readings, like a discount or whatever. Usually around Christmas time I do that, or randomly whenever Spirit tells me to do it. And also when I release a new blog article and a new video, and I only do it on a weekly basis, so it's not like I'm going to clog your your emails. I'm losing my words again, guys. When I keep talking, it just seems like I'm not able to say all my words. But when I'm reading, it's like not a problem. So go figure. Okay. So I just want to say thank you guys again, giving me all the support. And you know what's going on with my husband and everything with Renaud. He's in France. He's coming back soon. And you know what? It's been a big challenge with the family. And I explained this before. He's going through a lot. We just came back from France and last month, and the passing of Bear, and getting through with the family and the pups, and then him having to go back there and losing his grandmother and everything. She was very ill, so it's just very, very difficult for us with everything that we're going through. And that's why it's best that we all just stick together, do whatever we can, just to be as one. But he should be coming back soon, so I'll see what happens. Until then, so I don't want to cry. I'm sorry. I'm losing my words again, guys. It's just been a very emotional experience watching him go, and I thank you guys for reaching out to him as well. Okay. So thank you guys again. I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. And until next time, God bless you all. Namaste.